Hello, it's day 22. It's Sunday, and today is about tarot and oracle decks you use only for personal use. Now, there's a few different reasons why there are some decks that are for me. And the first one is my first tarot, the new tarot deck. I don't use it on other people, never have, never will. And there's a few reasons for it. First of all, it's in a condition where I won't shuffle it every day and use it. It's just gonna fall apart. This, I think there's been 3 reissues, but it's been a long time since anyone issued this deck, and I couldn't bear losing it. I can't lose it. So I'm trying to preserve it as much as I can. I do read for myself. I use it. I started tarot, as I said before, as a psychological tool. And what happened is that I was in Annecy, in the Alps, and I was in a mind, body, spirit type um, bookshop. And I found this book, and it's sorry, it's not French at all, it's in French, but it's from Quebec, and it's the Psychological Tarot. And I opened it, even this one's falling apart, see the pages are. I opened it and I looked at it, and I don't know, something happens. They use all type of decks, as you can see. Something happened in me about, learning a bit of psychology. And I thought that doing it with the tarot just made sense. So I was young. I thought, let's try that. So I bought the book, and next to it was the deck. And that's Denise Roussel. Unfortunately, she's not with us anymore. She was a pioneer in psychology and the use of tarot as a mirror in Quebec. There's very, very good, insightful people in Quebec. I like the way they use things. In France, it's more divination, witchy. Not that it's bad, I'm not saying this, but I like the approach from Quebec a lot better. To me, it's healthier, but each to their own. So, anyway, I bought this book, and next to it was that deck. I don't know, it found its way in a town in the Alps because it's an independent published deck from the States, but it did. It was my lucky day, I suppose. So, I bought it. The second reason, so I used it for self-reflection. I use it with the book for psychology. I still use it. I still learn from this book. It's endless. But the second reason why I want, first of all, it's my like it's my self-reflection. It's my mirror. It's not anyone else's mirror. So I won't share it. The second reason is there are some crude pictures in it. It's all black and white. That's the backs. It's a mandala with their names, with the creators' names. No, that's the third reason, because I say it was falling apart. That was the first one. The second is that it's my self-reflection tool, and I won't share it with anyone. The third one is crude pictures. If you're a psychologist and you're trying to look at all aspects of life and sexual, then it's fine. It's fine to use. However, I'm a tarot reader and open to a wide range of public, and this is not a deck I would bring out, let's say, in a fair or even at home, unless I know the client really well, and even though it's mine anyway, it's mine. So there's one, well, it used to be white, as you can see, it's molding. There was a white card, which was very unusual already at the time. Yeah, where can I put it? That's not gonna do. Let me move that a bit. Yeah. So the images are blunt, some are crude. I will find you some to show you what I mean. But I just love this deck. Um, there's so much in a small picture, as you can see here, for example. That was in the 70s. It's a 70s deck. It's like, yeah, California and all that. But yeah, I don't mind, but obviously it's not for everybody. And as I said, anyway, it's mine. So crude pictures, some hard pictures, some extremely sexual pictures. That that's the other reason why I won't use it. Plus, it's beer stained, and whatever stained, it's it's gone to many places. um, yeah. End of the night. Oh, let's pull out a card, whatever state you're in when you're younger. Well, so, um, but I mean, I look at it now and I'm like, when I see some independent published decks, I'm like, some of them don't even go as far as these. It's a little jewel of a deck. I know it's out of print. I'm sorry. I'm not, trying if you like it. I'm not multicultural. Multisexual too. I'm not trying to, say, oh, I've got it and you don't. It's not that. It's just, it's mine. And we all have our out of print deck. Maybe we love it's not because it's out of print at all. I just wish they would print it again. I would buy another copy and put this one to retire so I can keep it. I mean, look at the devil. It's, oh, but I love it. I love it. See? Yeah. You know what I mean. So yeah. So that's that one. Look at this. These images are just all so powerful. Yeah, that's another Three of Cups, isn't it? It's not the little no, I don't know, they're dancing on the something. I can't remember now right away because I don't use it that much. But anyway, it's not that. It's blunt. It's yeah. I'll stop here. Just my deck. That's one like this. The other deck that I bought, and I didn't know I wouldn't share it, but that's the way it is. It's where's the box? Oh yeah, I don't have the box anymore. That's why, but I have the book to show you. It's The Shining Tribe Tarot by Rachel Pollack. Now, I know we're not here to talk about the book, but first of all, Rachel, she's done a lot for tarot. She's a true searcher of tarot. When people were reading about their future, she was already looking at, how can I name it? Everything, symbols and mythology and everything she did. Um, that's something else. But anyway, this Shining Tribe Tarot, it says awakening the universal spirit. It awakens my spirit to start with, and I believe that if you awaken yours, then you're shining light and you can help awakening others, because it's easy to read tarot and say, oh, you should do this and you should do that, and then you don't do nothing yourself. You don't do anything, sorry, yourself. So I didn't know I would keep this for myself, but I am. This is my past working tarot. This is my journey tarot. I every time I pick a card, because they are so telling and abstract in the same time, because they look like nothing else I know. Um, each each card's got its own path. So, or you start at the bottom, you go to the top, and you go through all these. It's like life paths. It's like life. Each card is like a life path, and uh, I don't think I could possibly use it in a reading. It would be a 10-hour reading. You know, I think my clients would be asleep on the table or something. Um, I just can't. This is my transformation deck, my path working deck. The book is amazing too. Yeah. You can say so much about each pot here. Instead of just putting cups, 9 cups on top of each other, here some look like letters, some are broken, some have water. Look at the shape of the water, look at the shape of the pots. Why is there one that's intact? It's just, each card I could talk about it for hours. So especially, as you can see, the minor. Oh, I love this card. Yeah, the 5 of birds. Now, instead of having 5 swords, and all that, and um, oh, yeah. So this is why I'm using it. Oh, I trimmed it. Yeah, I trimmed it. I don't know, the borders annoyed me. Um, I'm considering, and it's not often that I say this, but there's a couple of decks now I'm considering getting a copy, because I know this one I use it quite a lot. It's gonna end up like my first tarot, and this is now that it's still around, but it's not always easy to find at a decent price. Obviously, you can find anything if you've got the money, but at a decent price. And yeah, you'd think it's childish, but oh, believe me, it's not. It's not at all. Look at the power of this emperor, and it doesn't have to be sat on his throne that you know about it. Um, each symbol, each detail has been thought, each color has been thought about. That's what I feel anyway, and that's what it does to me. So look at the speaker over here. It's like shamanism. It's so earthy. Yeah, it's that spiritual earthy. You see, for example, the Star Child, Akashic. It's spiritual up there, right? But this is spiritual earth. It's the spirit of the earth, and that's where we are now. That's why we need to learn. So it's like she managed to uh, portray our spirit on this earth. And I mean, who out of, I used to work professionally. I did offer chakra readings. Very few took on it, but that was in the 80s. Maybe now things have changed. No, 90s, sorry, it was in the 90s. So to do such deep spiritual readings, I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, I'm pensive. Let's move on. So this is this is my journeying deck, where I remember I'm a spirit on earth, and I do some path working, ancestor healing, future projection, you name it. So this is mine. This is not going for reading for anyone else. I haven't found any similar tarot so deep yet, in that manner, as in spiritual earthy. I can't see myself. There I am. So the next one, let me move that. Oh. for a Sunday. There's a lot of work. So the next one, for another reason, and I'm not gonna lie, I have done a couple of readings for people, but I don't feel ready, and I've had it for so long. It's my Arasoma Tarot, the new way, and you can see the box is already falling apart too because I've had it so long. And it's, yeah, it fell the other day again. But anyway, Mayara Sama. Now, I've done a couple of readings for people, but there's one thing, I'm not Arasoma trained. So, yes, I can read the tarot, but I'm missing out on a lot. So, that's the presentation card with, that's Mike Booth of Arasoma, and Pamela Matthews, the creator of the deck, the artist. I don't know what to say about it. It's an extraordinary deck. It's the New Aeon Tarot with bottled backs, and I'll explain to you if you've never come across it. Arasoma is a system of bottles with colors that are made of oil, crystals, plants, water. I don't know, there's a lot in it. I don't know everything. And it was started by Vicky Wall, who was a herbalist. I think you call it like that. She was working in a pharmacy, but then she started losing her sight and she started experimenting. I'm cutting the story very short. She started experimenting with colors and vibrations because she was losing her sight. And she created, what was it, 9 at the start or 10 bottles. She called the rescue bottles. And that's how it started. So a tarot was made by Orasoma, and the good idea they had is that at the back they put the corresponding bottles. So in this tarot you've got everything you need, well, I need. And this is my tarot, but as I said, I've shared it a couple of times to people I thought I wanted to share it with. But this is not one I read for professionally, because first, I'm not Arasoma trained, but that will come in its own time. I lived for 18 years, 17, 18 years in London. I wasn't far from Devara, their center, and I never been because life. I always wanted to. I nearly got into one course and then it didn't happen. So it just never happened. But it's on my plan now, you know, the 50 things you want to do, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's number 1 or 2 in things I want to do. It's that special. So let me show you the tarot instead of shaking it. So it's a normal tarot. Well, normal, I can't say even now. It does follow the structure of the tarot, except that there is an extra set of major arcanas. So there's the major, normal major, and then there's the major return. It means they've realized their potential and they're coming back with that, with the experience. All the swords are ascended masters. See, that's strength return, for example. She's realized she has become that lion she was trying to mate. Not mate. No, she wasn't trying to mate it at all. No. I can't remember the word. Anyway, oh my god. Yeah. So 3 of Pentacles, you can see it. It's card number 76. The colors on the card correspond to the color of the bottle at the back. And I must admit, once I am Arasoma trained, I will consider using the tarot because I'll feel more comfortable using it. For the moment, I do learn, but it's a long, I don't know why I've been learning it for so long and I'm still not there. Um, you know, when you go reading for people, if you don't know your tarot inside out, I wouldn't do that anyway. I wouldn't. So let me carry on with it. So some bottles are born since the first, lot. And Vicky Wall, unfortunately, is not with us anymore in flesh. I'm sure she's in spirit. And now it's Mike Booth who creates, downloads bottles. I don't know how to say it now and again. So every time they add a card, a new card is out, and you can buy them. Um, I've got all of them. It's a huge tarot. I mean, I've got big hands, right? But it's huge and it's a lot of cards, which I love too. I love everything about it. There's nothing I would change about it, which is unusual for me. So, as I said, the swords are Ascended Masters. So, anyway, that's the deck. I mean, if you want to read about auras, chakras, colors, the tarot itself, Ascended Masters, angels, I'm sure I'm missing some, then it's a full on system. Because once you've read this side, then you can read that side. Oh, that's orange on orange. So, yeah, just absolutely powerful. And that's bottle 0. Yeah. Um, so very extremely spiritual, extremely. It's an energy deck. I wish I could speak more intelligently about it. Um, but so far, I'm still learning the bottles. One of my dreams is to buy all the bottles. I don't know how many there are, 117 now or something. And wait, I have one that hasn't got the bottle back. If I can see it, it's one of the last ones. There's too many, I won't see it. Okay, I think it's about 117 cards. As I said, you can buy, every time a bottle is born, you can buy the corresponding card too, which is great. So, just to show you a little bit how I learn, this is just the book about the bottles, right? So, you see how that's just the bottles. It's not, we're not even getting to the tarot here. They have a system where the first you pick 5 bottles. I think the first one is your soul bottle and all that. So it's extremely it's fascinating. So that's my, let's say, my Bible for bottles. But that one day I'll have them all. One day, here they are. For the tarot itself, I have, well, the book that comes with it. That's the book that comes with the tarot, the handbook. And what's great about it is that, of course, they talk about the. Let me show you like this. They talk about the card, why it is on the tree of life. Yeah, there's that too. I forgot. The colors, the bottles, then the meanings for the card, and then all the symbols they put in a card. And at the back of it, you also have all the symbols. So I'm learning with that. And another one that came out earlier, Color Codices Throughout Time. And this one was used without the tarot, because I don't think it was out yet, but with another tarot, but it was already the bottle, the tarot, and now I'm adding the angels with it. So I'm still studying that. There's so much to study. It's just endless. So that's why for the moment I'm not using it for many people, mostly for myself, because I'm not there yet with it. It's a very it's crazy spiritual tarot. And the last one is an oracle, and that I will never share either, because I had the coloring book of the Wisdom Keepers Oracle deck by Rosie Aronson. And so yeah, I had the coloring book, and what I did with I never colored it. I thought I would, oh, so great, coloring books, and then I noticed that it actually stressed me to color, so it's not for me. But what I do is that I do ancestral work, healing work, and I pick a topic, let's say, relationship with my dad, whatever, and then I go through the coloring book, and I'll see one face in the coloring book that speaks to me for that subject, and I'll tear it off the book, and then maybe I'll color it a bit, or I'll write on it. Then I'll do a tarot spread with it, and then at the end I'll burn the page. So that's how I'm using it. I should buy another coloring book, because I'm using it quite a bit. I can do all kind of things with it. But anyway, when the black and white deck came out, so I thought it was missing something to me when it was black and white. And I love black and white decks, as you've seen. But for this one, I thought, oh, if it was in color, I would buy it. And there it is. It was put out in color. So I haven't even read the guidebook, because I don't use that as a. I should, because I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of information on it. But I really want to channel, would be the word, channel the card more than read the booklet. But I know it's a shame, because I'm sure it's full of goodies in that. So let's see, this is the one I'm working with for the moment, because um, now I used to do that with the coloring book, and I still do, but now I can use this on my altar, right? And he's the guy who's on my altar for the moment. He's the one I'm working with, and he's working with me. And I gave him a name, and we're having a great relationship together. And well, he's the one. But anyway, so just to show you, if you haven't seen this tarot before, this oracle. They do have keywords and numbers and things, and they are related to the gene keys too. Mm, I'm sure it's all interesting, but I use it differently. Uh, each face, it's like it's a real person, and I think she based it on real person, real people around her, people who inspired her. Um, just fantastic. And the extra, where is it? The extra bonus is, I haven't peeled it off yet, is the mirror card. Yeah, just so with this I can do channeling work, I can do reflection work, I can put it on my altar, I can ask for protection. This lady, for example, to me is a great one to as a protective card, and also it says magnetism, and there's a bit of that, but I decide what I do with them. Well, we'll talk about it, and I give them names. So very special relationship. I personally don't even know how it's used. As I say, I haven't read the guidebook at all. I've been waiting for this type of deck for a very long time, and you can see it in tarot now and again, where there's great person in it, and you feel, oh, you know, I've had a couple of guides coming through my tarot, but this is like a deck full of guides. I mean, come on. um, yeah, I don't care for the words so much, but it doesn't matter. It's big enough, they're huge cards, they're big enough for me to really get into them and write with them. And that's probably what I'm going to do later, because just looking at them again, I feel like I want to write with some of them. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm going to look at your videos while this one's loading. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a great day, great Sunday.